This is about the relative unknowns, the ones who drive for fun and the love of the sport. Where Saturdays are always for the boys, and driving is pure expression of themselves. Where big sponsors are not around, and having fun reigns supreme. There's no money won, and the only rewards are the memories made with your friends. These are the stories of the Grassroots.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Nate Hamilton.
My name is Stratton.
I'm driving a Nissan S13 with an S14 front end.
And I have a Nissan S13 Coupe with a 1JZ swap. I started my own dealership, so I sell cars here in the state of Texas, go to auctions and stuff. I do side work on cars and a couple high performance projects every now and then, but I got laid off, during the oil field during the pandemic, just kind of hanging out and having fun.
So currently I'm running a screen printing and embroidery / graphic design / just creative hub. Our LLC is 144's Printhouse. So I'm running a small business and I am drifting for fun as an athlete with goals. What got me into cars and drifting pretty much was just the group of kids I was around when I was younger. So definitely not necessarily a car guy, but yeah, I was a skateboarder, and in the parking lot of the skate park, as we all kind of turned 16, we all started getting cars. My hometown friend Joseph and George Lopez both got into cars, drifting, Japan lifestyle, and from there I just kind of followed suit. I remember one time a buddy of mine came to my house. It was raining. He had an RX-7. Shout out Taylor. He basically just took me in a parking lot, which we just spun out all day, and we thought it was the coolest thing ever. And from there I started realizing what a rear wheel car was, how counter steering worked, and it was all downhill from there.
Cars in general is different. My dad, growing up, he was a Mopar head. He had a 70 Roadrunner, and there's I remember just sitting in that car, and it was sweet. I got imports just because of that, because he thought they were kind of a joke, and then once you get imports, 240s are kind of there. Get into drifting, you look up 240 SX online, it's going to show drifting. So, me and my brother used to go to stick to drifting in Mineral Wells. Just go watch. We had a 240, but we couldn't trailer it out there. We didn't have trucks or anything, so we'd go watch and go home, work, order some God Snow parts, toss them on the single cam card, and go drift in high school parking lots and wherever. We're being hood kids, and and then started making more money and doing engine swaps, and then I had a truck. I could afford to rent a U-Haul and go to Mineral Wells, and that's pretty much how I got into it, I guess. Car community, what I like about them, not a lot really. I think most people, the car community, just do it for clout. I'm into cars, so I learn. I love figuring stuff out, making stuff fast. Online, it's super toxic, and they base their whole personality around this car they're trying to make, I guess, to fit in. I don't know. I'm not into it. I like mechanical things. I meet a lot of cool friends in the drifting community. At least I feel like we all have something in common. Thrill seekers and love to party. Most drifters I meet got a pretty decent head on their shoulders. It's like people I met. I made a lot of lifelong friends in Mineral Wells and good connections. But I can't speak for the whole car community in its whole, because I don't go to car meets really, or those shows. It's not my thing really. I like to break stuff. So
The best thing for me with drifting in the car community is just the availability to, I guess, really have your own style, right? Like in drifting, it's a free-for-all with style. You can kind of pick and choose body panels and rims and just like your style. It's kind of reminds me of skateboarding, where you don't necessarily have a coach. And at the same time, the drifting community, I think, feels that. So we all come together at the track and really just like have a lot of camaraderie at this point, especially in the Grassroots community, where basically, you know, we're all trying to help our neighbor and as well as be creative and be one-off. Dang, I mean, you know, I guess, yeah, like when you ask, like, what's the worst memory at a drift event, immediately I kind of went to like a crash, but at the same time, I think more or less like letting myself down during qualifying when I was younger. I think the pressure of 2 runs and just not necessarily staying in tune with the track and my ability to drive the track and starting to kind of think about what people thought about is definitely one of my worst memories kind of overall. I think staying focused and kind of just being in the car and being present is what I learned from that worst memory. But definitely had a lot of gnarly crashes that stand out, but overall I think just like letting myself down, in turn letting the team down because I didn't stay present, would have been one of my worst memories overall.
So one in particular sticks out. Pretty sure it was pinball, I don't remember. I remember this huge storm rolled in and it rained and rained. You know, we drank too much beer that night. And I just remember waking up the next day, worst hangover of my life. Just sitting in the truck, I missed comp, I missed everything, so I just couldn't get out of the truck. I stayed in there till like 3 p.m., went to Brahms and got a bunch of burgers, brought it back. That was a horrible, horrible time drift event. Not my preference, but not against it. I've had pepperoni, pineapple, jalapeno. It was pretty good, but I'm not gonna order it. But also don't care. Whatever you like, just go for it.
I don't hate it. I mean, I'm with it. I don't really dig into like, men don't put pineapple on pizza. Shout out Hawaii, I'm sure there's a lot of surfers that do it and they also, you know what I mean? So, yes, pineapple on pizza, sure, why not?
I guess like spirits, like human spirits, no.
Yeah, for sure, I've seen them. Like whatever you want to call it, ghosts. I've seen like energy for sure. Grassroots driving for me right now, or grassroots drifting, going to a grassroots race, going to a grassroots event, like all of those things such as Clutch Kickers to Lone Star Drift, like that community for me, being that I've been drifting for about like 11 or 12 years now, is just kind of like, I'm a little older and more mature and I'm able to essentially like help out the youngest kid there. So I feel like through Tyler Berry and like a few other, I mean, there's like a handful of kids I kind of like mentor at this point. So I think grassroots drifting for me is cool because I kind of get to share some knowledge that I've learned to some younger kids or the younger family, the dad and the son. So I want to say like driving and perfecting my line, which obviously I get personally, but like outward, I definitely get to mentor and help out the youngest kids, whether it's camber and tire wear, like just simple drifting elements that I used to overlook and I see other people overlook that I get to share some knowledge on. So yeah, for me it's like mentoring the youngest kid there and kind of giving back to the community at this point.
I just love it. I love kicking the homies and grill, drink beer. You know, none of our cars are crazy. You know, they're all just kind of thrown together. Everybody had fun. I mean, and I think that's what I liked about it. Is, yeah, he wanted to help people out, and I think you know, we kind of lost our ways on that era, I guess. Best car to learn drifting, I guess it really depends on the budget. I mean, I'm all about a V8 car. Like, everybody's hitting this Mustang, Corvette trend, and I'm with it. Like, I feel like it's just kind of cheating. I don't think 240 is a good learner car anymore, just because it's so expensive. You know, you can't buy a KA anymore. They don't exist. So I think, like, you know, 350Z, Mustang, anything that's plentiful, parts everywhere, that's what I would go for. I mean, I don't recommend a Corvette just because they're expensive. But yeah, whatever your budget allows, I guess.
I don't think it matters. I really don't. Like, I would say, like, whatever car you get in, if you want to learn to drive it enough, you're going to drive it. Like, long wheelbase, short wheelbase, I think they all have benefits. I think learning how to control a car is the point, and I don't think that any one car is going to, like, set you way far forward with your own timing and skill set.
Probably some type of exotic. I think like a Aventador would be a cool car. Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just pull chicks with the supercars. I really want to do.
I don't know, man. I don't really feel like I lust over cars like that. Like, I think more or less, like, if I could join a program, you know, I'd look up to, like, Vaughn right now. Obviously just won the championship, but long story short, you know, just like walking into a situation where the factory may be able to back drifting in the future, like, those type of programs interest me more than a certain chassis. So right now, I guess as I sit in my shop, I would drive fucking Chris's car, Turk's car, Vaughn's car, you know what I mean? Like, all of those programs interest me more than one singular, like, car. Sorry about that, car guys. Golden engine. Nah, man, I mean, I really like the sound of RB motors. I really like the sound of the 1J, the 2J stuff. I mean, I think that's like a lustful piece for me because I've been with an LS motor for so long. But, you know, definitely enjoying this Golden engine. Obviously, we're on a motor support program from them, so it's pretty easy going. But, yeah, like, this motor revs to like 7,000 RPMs and super quick super small flywheel, so she really, like, feels a lot like a dirt bike, if you will, like, very quick to hit rev limiter. But yeah, man, I really enjoy an inline 6 sound and response. But for me right now, yeah, running these Golden engines and kicking ass.
Favorite engine, Jay-Z by far. Absolutely. I have never any of my life seen a motor that can withstand what my Jay-Z has gone through. I beat the piss out of it.
That's a good one. Lamest answer I've got. I mean, I just would go straight to water. That's it. Or tea, but, like, probably just water.
Non-alcoholic, probably Topo Chico Lime. Love it. Burns all the way down. Probably Facebook, just because it's got Marketplace. Love browsing Facebook Marketplace. Gets me off.
For me personally, as a creative, I really just aim in the Instagram and TikTok realm, although I feel a lack of Facebook and Twitter presence. So hopefully in the future I can get into those. But yeah, for me, the easiest flow has been Instagram. My current focus for the future legitimately is to take care of the people around me and to pull out and extract the skill sets of the people around me. So it's something I'm able to do with 144 right now as a whole, is, you know, like with Caden, for example, he's a graphic designer, to go heavier into graphic design. With my wife, she's a writer. So anyways, just basically like to raise a healthy environment for people to thrive in, and also, you know, have a trade to feed each other. So long story short, it would be like to keep scaling up 144 as a business and to continually focus on me as an athlete in drifting, to long term go back and win a Formula Drift championship. So take care of my wife, take care of my team, all under one roof, and as well as get back into competitive drifting.
Oh man. plans. Well, I plan on finishing my S15 one day. I plan on making a 7-second S15. I want to go fast. Just because I've been doing drifting so long, so I'm branching my wings. I learn a lot. That's something I'll also plan in future is learn. I bought a new TIG machine, and there's all kinds of cool stuff to use my hands and learn important skills that help you do things. I love that stuff. Other plans, probably fix my drift car, put a third CDO9 in it, and X number of axles, see how long it lasts. And I do plan on putting a bigger fuel pump in it and turning it up for no reason. It's already stupid fast. So other plans, hopefully my business takes off, plug, sell some cars and live a pretty relaxed lifestyle. Travel the world too, yeah. I want to do everything. But for right now, 2021 at least, is just kind of emphasize, learn new skills, and do the best that I can with what I have here. So that's definitely one. And make my customers' cars super cool, stuff like that. Learn as much as I can, learn every skill I can. I think that's a big problem with my generation. I'm sure your generation below me is we're born in the best time that we can. We're born in the age of information, and if ignorance is a choice. It's hard to be people I meet, no one specifically, but I get met, people always ask me, how'd you learn how to tune cars and wire and whatever, X amount, whatever. I'm like, man, it's just all free. It's in front of you. You have the entire world in your front right pocket. And I think use that to your full advantage. Google things and learn as much as you can. I learn stuff every day, and that's what I want out of life. I want to learn. I'll never be satisfied in life. There's too much to learn. I want to know everything. But yeah, that's it. That's what I want out of life. I don't want to get to the point where, the day I decide to stop learning is the day, I'm done, I guess. I got nothing else to live for, so I think so. Nothing really, considering I'm not a generic, I want to have a wife and kids and settle down and have a house payment. No, I'm not a long-term materialistic person, so long-term goals is just know what's out there pretty much. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
I got it. That's it. I'm here. I think that what I want out of life is to have a very long-term life. I can see myself in a marathon versus sprint. I can see myself growing old but being very young. So I feel like I have so much to give in life, but as long as I'm present right now, then I'm doing it. So I don't necessarily lust for too much in life. It will come to me. Got that?